Is there a Masonic connection to ancient Babylonia? That's what I'm trying to figure out, and this is part 4 of the series. We left off in part 3 with the excavation of the West Mound, where excavators found evidence of old Babylonian private homes. They also found cuneiform texts describing banking activities and economic transactions. The other thing that they found was evidence that it was abandoned out of nowhere. That kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it? To that discovery, archaeologists also found in a pit an archive inside of a jar that was dating back to the 7th and 8th centuries BC. They found tablets that showed drawings of the map of the city, and on the map was a drawing of a Great Wall, which is no longer standing. Because of that map, they were able to find traces and evidence of that wall existing, which is incredible because the tablet with the map on it dated back to 1300 BC. The discovery of this site was one of the biggest discoveries in Mesopotamian history. I have another really cool thing to share with you, and it's about the archaeologist from this site. While researching this discovery and the archaeologist, I came across this super interesting article. In 1883, a Assyriologist, Hermann, and I'm not even going to botch his last name, it's pronounced in German, was writing a report on the findings from the Temple of Bel at Nippur, working from sketches made by members of the University of Pennsylvania's excavation crew. 2 fragments of agate dug up from the temple ruins had eluded exact identification. The best guess was that they were ancient rings. Hermann was not satisfied with this theory at all. He spent hours poring over the proofs of his reports, and then he went to bed and had this remarkable dream. A tall, thin priest of the old pre-Christian Nippur, about 40 years of age, and clad in a single abba, led me to the treasure chamber of the temple on its southeast side. He went with me into a small, low-ceilinged room without windows, in which there was a large wooden chest, while scraps of agate and lapis lazuli lay scattered on the floor. He then addressed me as follows. King Kuhigatsu once set to the Temple of Bel, among other articles of agate and lapis lazuli, inscribed votive cylinder of agate. Then we priests suddenly received the command to make for the statue of the god Ninib a pair of earrings of agate. We were in great dismay since there was no agate as raw material at hand. In order to execute the command, there was nothing for us to do but cut the votive cylinder into 3 parts, thus making 3 rings, each of which contained a portion of the original inscription. We still have more to go in part 5.